Hello and welcome back, listeners, to the Allegendly podcast, where me and my co-host get a mystery topic coupled with some mystery facts, and it's our job to figure out which facts are real and which facts are fake. My name is Alex, and with us always is Joe.
We're living in the middle of a hostile government takeover. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably listen to Allegendly.
Yeah. Oh, I like that rollover into the intro.
Thanks, man.
That's going into the new intro.
Hey, nothing. Hey, I'm like a white man taking a black man song.
I'm gonna earmark that, and that's going to the end of the intro. Just bloop.
Yeah, I do have to say, I didn't come up with that one on the spot. I heard like that TikTok song came on my fucking Spotify playlist.
Amazing.
And like they made an EDM version of it, so I've been listening to it like all week, and I'm like, I think I'm just going to sing that one.
So wait, is that? Did you not change any of the words outside of the ending? Is that the
Except
song?
for the ending, yeah.
I love it.
That's great.
Yeah. So outside of all that, though, we do have a topic today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last 2 weeks have been duels. So the writer says they're probably going to stay away from that topic, but it is a fun topic, and I told the writer that it is a fun topic. I like duels. They're funny.
I prefer them.
It's really hard not to laugh at, like, because a lot of duels seem to be happening towards rich people. Like, you don't hear a lot of poor people shooting each other.
Poor people didn't have the time.
And in honesty, when two rich people duel, everybody wins. Like,
it's a real win-win.
It is. Like, you get entertainment, one less oligarch on the planet, and
look, man, I feel like Elon Musk is this close to dueling someone.
Well,
I'm here for it.
Didn't a conservative politician challenge somebody to a duel recently?
That was last year. He challenged the union leader, the Teamsters union leader, to a fist fight on the Senate floor.
So, all right. Well, I mean, from that perspective, I don't think it's going to be another dueling one. But I have told the writer that I do like that topic, and so she'll probably circle back around to it because it is funny.
I have a feeling there was many a duel, so I don't think we're going to run out.
Yeah, and I think the more we dig into it, the funnier they get. So, but so you ready for today's podcast topic? You gotta pull your head back. How's this? Dude, I love it, dude. All right. So today's podcast topic is it is U.S. history grab bag. So it is a grab bag topic. So for those that don't know, grab bag is a compilation of randomness. It is just a grab bag. So, I mean, we're randomizing the good old U.S. of A. of stuff. And if you don't know,
I mean, it's fitting, honestly.
We have a lot of dumb shit that happens here.
Some of it's very sad, as we're finding out.
It is sad and ridiculous, and I feel like if you go look into the past on other other histories like Germany, France, Britain, I feel like you can see the logical roll up, the logical procession of, events that had to occur in order to get to where you were going, right? United States it feels like every decision is jumping the shark. Every decision we make is like, we're going to one up doing stupid stuff.
I mean, yeah.
And it makes for a great podcast.
Sure. I feel that might just be more of our ignorance than anything.
Yeah, well,
all those, we all had royalty, so as we not always great.
So, all right, well, you ready for first fact?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's fucking go.
Let's grab that bag.
No, we're gonna grab it. All right, here we go. Fact number 1. In 1842, not yet President Abraham Lincoln was publicly humiliating political rival James Shields, both in legislative debate and in the newspaper under a pen name.
Ooh, Shields, I love pen names.
Ugh, dude, that's fucking great. Shields found out who was writing the hit pieces and challenged Lincoln to a life or death duel. Ooh.
All right, here we go.
As the one being challenged, Lincoln got to choose the weapons. What did he request? So it's multiple choice. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
Did he choose A, broadswords, the largest size? B, pitchforks, quote, of the sharpest steel, end quote. Okay, so it's the weapon, and then he describes them.
Yep.
C, crossbows, quote, of the tightest draw, end quote. D, cannons, quote, of the greatest caliber, end quote. Ooh. Lincoln was a pragmatic dude.
I feel like he wasn't very rich, so.
Yeah, he was kind of a struggling lawyer.
Yeah, I think he wrote pretty poor, so.
Crossbows, I think you can get a crossbow at that time. I feel like that was still kind of floating around. Pitchforks doesn't seem too practical.
Mm-mm.
You know, that's a little gladiatorial for my understanding of Lincoln.
Like, yeah.
And who just has two broadswords? Do I misunderstand that time period?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're still swords. I don't know how broad they are. Like, you know, I don't think they're like knight, like what we think of like medieval knights carrying. They're probably more like a rapier.
I mean, a
like
rapier would make sense.
Sword.
That would make like you're talking about like a saber.
A saber.
Saber would make sense. I mean, I think they had sabers in World War, or not World War. Sorry, I mean probably World War One, but in the Civil War, I think sabers were
because we're still shooting muskets at that time. So
and
you ran out of time to load that lead ball. It came down to swords, my guy.
Well, and I think too he was captain, so he probably would have had some form of distinguishing side armament. So a saber would, but like a broadsword, like I in the quote of the largest, which one do you think Lincoln would say? Of the largest size, like this is young Lincoln too, mind you. This isn't Wise. I just went through the Civil War.
Lincoln's a big dude, so like he doesn't need a long sword. He's got the reach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I like crossbows.
I like crossbows. I also like cannons.
I mean, who doesn't like a cannon?
I feel cannons is kind of witty, and like the shitty. That's a shitty thing, you know. Like, I'm gonna get a cannon. Where are we gonna find two cannons of the largest,
biggest caliber?
The caliber has to be at least 80. You know, like
I'm about to knock your ass 80 ago. It's not on the list. It was so obvious.
Yeah, it's so obvious. Yes. So. Yeah, I'm down with cannons. I think, like I said, he's just sarcastic.
Second best.
All right, then for the fact here, we think Abraham Lincoln chose D, cannons of the quote of the greatest caliber, end quote. 3, 2, 1, bam. Oh no, it was broadswords of the largest size. Lame. Okay, so if I'm calling this out, I think Lincoln was serious about this too. Like, yeah. I feel like
he was a big dude, so you know, like he was like, "All right, pick it up, shrimpy."
Yeah. He's like, "I want the one that William Wallace had. Give me that one,
the two-hander.
I want the one that's my size. All right, in the top hat, mind you."
Little known fact: his hat was just a sword cheese.
It's just he keeps it on his back. That's why it goes up beyond that. So it says here, this is from Wikipedia, PresidentLincoln.Illinois.gov and Saturday Evening Post. In 1842, the state of Illinois ran out of money. James Shields, the state auditor, wanted to shut down the state bank and make citizens use gold and silver to pay their taxes, which most people didn't have at the time. This was highly unpopular, and the young firebrand lawyer Abe Lincoln thought it despicable. He and his wife, Mary, started a private campaign to discredit Shields in the newspaper under the pen name Rebecca. He not only railed against his policies, but mocked him personally for being a cocky womanizer. Quote,
okay.
He's hitting him below the belt here. Actually, you know, fuck it. That's like right there. That's it. That's in the.
I mean, I think it's directly at the belt. Really,
that's right at the jaw, dude. That is totally legal hit. Quote: his very features in the ecstatic agony of his soul, spoke audibly and distinctly. This is a quote in the quote. Dear girls, it is distressing, but I cannot marry you all. Too well I know how much you suffer, but do remember, it is not my fault that I am so handsome and so interesting. End quote, end quote.
Oh, like, okay.
Yeah, it was Lincoln quoting.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah.
I had to figure.
I guess sounds like a real tool.
Yeah. So Shields stood just about 5 feet 9 inches. In cell, of course.
And, and a respectable size.
5'9".
I think back then that was fine. Like
Lincoln was 6'10".
With the hat.
I'm just kidding. I actually don't know. I think he might have just been like 6'1".
I mean, the thing.
No, Lincoln's 6'3". So
yeah. So I mean, but not a monster.
He's just. Well, what's a monster to you?
I mean, back then that's a really big dude. Like I'm saying, like 5'9" is probably average back then.
He's just like a shack out there.
Yeah,
he's like 7'1".
But if we put him today,
yeah,
like he couldn't even play in the NBA. Dude.
No, it's too short.
Yeah.
So it says here, giving Lincoln an insurmountable height, reach, and strength advantage. Before they started, Lincoln swung the sword high above his head and whacked off a branch of a tree as a flex. Shields shit his pants and reconsidered, and the two called a truce. So it looks like per the drawing that they have, it's not a traditional broadsword like we were thinking. It looks like more like a cavalry, like a
that makes sense.
Which he probably used. In like the war that he fought, like he saw action. Shields
he knew what was up.
Dude, Shields would later work under Lincoln, and the two became friends. Lincoln wasn't proud of the duel and thought it was immature and stupid. One Union general asked him if the story was true, and Lincoln replied, quote, I do not deny it, but if you desire my friendship, you will never mention the circumstance again. End quote.
Okay, Testy.
Dost thou protest too much? It sounds like I'm starting to feel like this is a little apocryphal.
Yeah.
I totally hit that branch, and Shields said, I don't want to duel. So
remember, it was just like it was that cherry tree. Remember, I couldn't lie about the cherry tree.
Yeah,
like, isn't that Washington?
Now shut up. If you want to be my friend, you will not. You'll
not talk about anybody, especially my wife.
Do not bring this up.
Trust me.
But all joking aside, like let's say like all this was true, like they became friends in the end. Like
I mean,
like
solid film.
Yeah,
solid film. Solid flex. I was like, I don't know why.
This is like the time that that's a pretty good flex, right? Like he flexed his muscle. He showed, hey, look, dude, you're at a complete disadvantage. I know how to use this shit. He whacks off a branch, and Shields is like, you know what? I'm thinking about it. Let's call it a draw.
Yeah. You know what? Seems we're evenly matched. No need to fight.
After further consideration, I found that I have a dentist appointment today.
We should both fight people that are on our level, obviously. So, we should probably be draw.
My second had to go to the bathroom, so I don't think
my pants. So I gave him my pants to go to the bathroom in. It's kind of, it's embarrassing.
It's a mess down there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say.
Have you ever heard of IBS? Like, well, he IBS'd all in my pants.
What say I work under you and we become friends? So, well, we got it wrong. So broadswords, because Lincoln did not fuck around. He kind of Atticus Finch that end though. Like he was like not proud that he stepped up to the plate, which is, I feel like if politicians were like that today, we'd have better politicians. Like,
yeah.
He didn't like it. He didn't like that he was like gung ho and kind of an asshole. Like,
well, it's like you had a dispute verbally, and then you used physical prowess to settle it. So it's not like it really settled the dispute, really. right?
Yeah.
Like it's not actually a fix to the problem.
On the writer just texted me. Let's see what she said. Lincoln used to do a trick where he would hold a large axe out with one arm parallel to the ground, which is apparently pretty hard even if you're strong. He was a rail splitter for 2 years. Dude was yoked. Do a trick where he'd hold a large axe out with one arm parallel to the ground. So he'd just hold it.
Yeah. He'd plank that thing.
God damn.
That's tough.
Dude, are we like missing the fact? Like, we think this guy is like tall and rail. Like, is this dude built like fucking Bruce Lee?
Yeah, dude.
Like, we're just like, oh,
he looks like he takes the shirt off. He's a lost Skarsgård brother, you know? Like, you're just like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Dude, the man is just a psycho bodybuilding strength guy. So, fought in wars.
I think that humility can come to a lot of people who are just like naturally bigger.
It's easier.
Right? It's just like they figured out a long time ago they're just a lot bigger than everybody else.
He had nothing to prove. That's what it was.
Exactly. And so it's like, yeah,
it's
like, you know.
Yeah.
Like it didn't mean like it's like it doesn't mean anything. It's like, yeah, I can beat you up, but like I can do this with an axe, you know, like
check this out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was what he did. He cut the branch off, so that was his party trick.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we got it we got it wrong, but you know.
We got it wrong, but we've added to deviant art, I feel. So please send us pictures of the lost Skarsgård Lincoln.
Yeah.
To Allegendly.
Hey, you're welcome, internet.
Yeah.
We just gave a whole
fucking let's get
Abraham
them
Lincoln, like
let's get them daddy links, huh?
Big Daddy Link.
Big Daddy Links with his big axe arms.
Just hammering away, chopping wood.
Oh, it's just all shoulders.
Dude. All right, well, you ready for fact number 2?
Yeah. I couldn't come up with like a Lincoln pun fast enough, so.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, you'll think of it next time. Just start, you start working now, though.
Yeah. I should probably start writing them down.
All right. Here we go. Fact number 2. When Andrew Johnson came on as Lincoln's vice president, he was so sloshed at the inauguration, and his speech was described as hostile and incoherent, and repeating the phrase, "my fellow citizens," over and over.
I believe at the time, I think this is true, that basically you didn't choose your vice president. The vice president was the other candidate. So like in modern terms, like when Joe Biden won,
Trump would have been
his vice president.
And
so like basically your vice president was the guy that fucking lost the election.
But you're still the vice president.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right. It seems a pretty, so like he was like a Southern, Democrat who like really liked slavery. And here comes this Lincoln dude, So yeah, he was probably a little shit-faced and a little hostile.
Hostile and incoherent. Could you imagine, like, he's wasted, hostile to the crowd? Why didn't I win?
Yeah. My fellow Americans. Fuck you. What the fuck?
I guess you guys didn't want to save money.
Electoral college. It's fucking stupid. I fucking won.
Listen, go with this guy. I'll come back next year.
I fucking thinks he's so cool because he can cut a fucking tree. I could cut a fucking tree.
I did a duel where he cut a branch off a tree. Everyone thought it was cool.
My fellow citizens.
That's right.
My fellow, air quotes.
My fellow citizens, look what I can do. He's like trying to hold up the axe.
I can hold an axe. You fucking break this table. I'll break this table. Okay.
Yeah. God, I can't even. Fucking, I think it is extremely believable that somebody would be that bitter and then hostile. I really hope that if it's the case, I want excerpts of what he said.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Also, too, like during this time, it was not uncommon for people to just be shit faced.
Oh, for sure. No,
just all the time.
I mean, it's the healthiest option. Like, what are you gonna do? Drink the water?
Yeah, you don't want to drink the water.
Yeah. I mean, I think at that point they were saying have 8 glasses of rum or lager a day.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think for fact number 2 we have to go true. Like we just have to. Like,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I forgot about the question.
All right. So for fact number 2, Andrew Johnson coming out slosh drunk, super hostile, incoherent, always repeating, "My fellow citizens, we're gonna go true," because that is historically. That seems more human than anything. And I kind of get it. That's the sad part. I kind of get it. So,
like, do you know how drunk you had to be for people in the 1800s to write about it? That's pretty drunk, dude.
I'm pretty sure people at that time were consistently pre-gaming. So when you're drunk, dude, you're really drunk.
Some drunk journalist was like, "This guy's fucking shit, man. Fucking have some dignity."
Put dignity back in the lighthouse. This guy's irresponsible.
I swear to God, he says "my fellow Americans" one more time.
He's just taking drinks out of a flagon. Like, what is he doing over there? Bring dignity back.
It has a bucket of cider and a ladle.
Jeez. All right, so we're gonna go true then for fact number 2. And we'll see how this goes. 3, 2, 1, bam. It is true. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. This is from Wikipedia and the Library of Congress. Lincoln's first VP was a staunch abolitionist, but he was swapped out for Johnson, a white supremacist slave owner. So he's probably, we could just make fun of that he's an alcoholic, right?
I don't feel bad about it.
No, I don't. So
yeah. One, he's way dead.
Yeah,
so,
and good, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm not
just like that first Airbud dog. I'm glad
that was Airbud dog, a white supremacist slave.
That's why they didn't want him to play basketball, not because he was a dog. It's because of his views.
They just repurposed his Zeke Hiles for like dunking.
They had to edit in the second arm to make it look like he was Supermaning it.
Just consistently. Well, this dog's like 20 years old.
There's a whole subplot about him giving his heart out to the crowd.
He does a speech at the end of the Airbud movie. The Timberwolves are like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like... All right. Well, it says here Lincoln's first VP. Okay, wait. It says here for the second term because Johnson was the only Southern Democrat who voted to preserve the Union. Okay, so Johnson at least voted that said, "Hey, we shouldn't divorce.
Look, we should figure out a different way to keep slavery going."
Yeah, like let's convince them that there are good things about slavery.
A real Liz Cheney.
What? God damn it. Yeah, there's a lot of Northern people.
Look, I like everything he did until January 6th. She was all the way up to January 5th.
Yeah. God damn it, you're right. So it says here, as a show of good faith to the other side, Lincoln gave Johnson the VP nod. Neither could have known that just 42 days later, this staggering junk buffoon would be elevated to the U.S. presidency through tragedy.
Yeah.
Johnson had been especially raging bender in the weeks and months leading up to the inauguration, staying drunk on whiskey and brandy and binging heavily the night before and the day of. Considering how normalized drinking was back then, you had to be truly off your tits drunk for it to make it into the papers, just like you said. One account said he was sloppy and kissed the Bible when he was asked to take his oath. Then,
hey, baby.
No, that shit's gonna happen now, right? That shit is happening now.
You remember when Donald Trump humped the flag, right?
Yes. Hey, he didn't.
We're there, dude.
He didn't swear in oath of office on a Bible either. in his second term. He didn't use the Bible. So
Is it because he cheated on his other Bible?
it is. He's like, I swear.
He's like, oh God, it's this one. I didn't think I'd see you again.
On this Penthouse magazine where I'm in it.
Yeah. I especially love the article about Ivanka. Real classy.
Man, I wish I wasn't a dad. If I was the dad, I totally
I'm going to
would.
rename myself not her dad.
My new title, Donald Trump, not Ivanka Trump, Dad. Okay, he says he kissed the Bible, and then when he was supposed to swear in all the new senators, he drunkenly poked the Bible, boop, and then mentioned for them to take their seats. It says here, there was even a poem written about it. So it says here, there is a +1 bonus. +1 bonus if you can remember what we learned in a previous episode about Andrew Johnson. You're the guy that remembers this stuff, dude.
I keep coming up with Andrew Jackson.
I know. So, you can't do that. You can't put Andrew Johnson and Jackson in the same one.
No, that's unheard of.
Yeah. I mean, he took over presidency, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not mixing up Andrew Jackson and Johnson?
I'm sure.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I would mix them up.
I keep coming up with Andrew Jackson things that I know this dude didn't do.
Okay, well, just take a swing. Just take a swing because you're the best one to do this.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I don't know. I can't remember.
Can't remember either. I feel like it's something we should know
learned on this particular show.
I feel like when we reveal it, we're gonna be like, "Fuck, we did know."
Yeah, that's right.
We did know. Okay. Well, then I'm just going to reveal it.
Oh, is this the guy that got caned on the fucking Senate floor?
Don't even. That would be amazing. All right, I'm going to go with caned.
I'm going to go with Senate floor caning.
He got caned.
He got caned.
All right, we're going to go with caning. 3, 2, 1, bam. This is a presidential pets episode.
Oh.
Johnson befriended the mice in the White House when he was depressed about being impeached.
Okay. Well, you know.
I feel
like he should have gotten caned.
Listen here, Mouse. I have to tell you a sad story. I just became president, and then I got caned. But you wouldn't care. You're just a mouse.
You're just a mouse. Look at you in your little carnival.
It's like going crazy drunk, making a little mouse.
My fellow mousesons.
Speeches to the mice.
I was supposed to. I finally got what I wanted. Now they're taking it away.
They took away from me. They gave it to the speaker of the house.
They shot the guy, and now I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. I wish you could vote, mice. Yeah,
you get me. Yeah, fucking Harry. Don't look at me that way. Cheesy chest. There's Cheesy Chester.
Chester. What a name.
Oh, what a great guy.
So we got the fact true, but we did not get the bonus. So sorry, Joe. I let you down. All right, here we go. Fact number 3. A dude named Gary, or Jerry? Yeah, it's going to be Jerry.
We're going to go with Jerry.
Gerry.
That's Jerry.
That's what I thought. A dude named Jerry signed off on a congressional district that had been drawn in the shape of a salamander. That is the origin of the term gerrymandering. Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion.
Are you pro gerrymandering?
No, I'm pro making shapes out of districts.
So am I.
That's
fun
cool.
with it.
Like, I'm going to say, like, I think I would be much more likely to be okay with, like, gerrymandering if he's like, look, it was the only option I had to put the fingers on the gecko. Okay, I had to borrow from the other districts. It's the only way.
I took some sponsorship money from Fruit Loops. I had to get a Toucan Sam in there. It's a long story.
You don't even want to know what I had to do for Trojan.
Right.
All right.
It's insane. Okay. Like, look, I had to make all of them in the shape of MAGA. Like,
Pfizer
I was like, President, that's gonna go through blue fucking areas, and he's like, I want all the fucking M's and the A's.
Yeah,
And so
Pfizer wanted me to make a district that went through 2 states. So
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
no, it's not. Yeah, that is a soft request if I've ever heard one. No, made a salamander. I mean, it has to be a late. It's got to be like a salamander in the sense of constellations, right? Like you have to use some amount of imagination in order to be like it's a salamander. You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna go with no. It looks like a real salamander.
Straight up. I mean, they could. Yeah. Like, what's stopping them?
Right.
Like, and what's the shapes around it? Like, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, everyone else gets kind of screwed, huh?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, well, like what shapes do they get?
I got a polygon.
Yeah, I got the left side of the salamander.
Yeah. Oh, look at rhombus over here.
Yeah. I think it's true though. That's some shit that they would poll, and then they would say, "Look, guys, everybody, let's think this through, okay? It's not gerrymandering. I'm not polling votes from other districts so I can win. Okay,
I'm just putting out my creative streak.
I'm making a salamander.
Look,
okay.
I went to art college. I didn't get to draw
Yes. The art college turned me down. Okay, so now I have to do it here in politics.
Yeah, look. If a few houses have to move for some votes, so be it.
Yeah, so be it. It happens. I'm gonna go true. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go true.
All right, then we're gonna go true on fact number 3. That Jerry signed off on a congressional district that had been drawn in the shape of a salamander as the origin of the term gerrymandering. 3, 2, 1, bam. It is true. My God, that's a salamander?
Oh, is it real abstract?
Dude. Oh, it's terrifying. I don't think this guy knows what a salamander looks like.
Well, maybe he wasn't setting out to make a salamander. People just called it that.
Unless the salamander, I know salamanders sometimes get substituted for dragon. You know? Sure. I'm gonna share my screen. You tell me what the fuck this is, dude. I'm like angry now. I was waiting for like a cool salamander and I got this. Look at that.
Okay. Well, that's clearly an artist's representation.
That's like a gross vulture lion thing.
Yeah. Also, wouldn't call that a salamander. I
would not either. So it says here the portmanteau of salamander and Governor Elbridge Gerry of Massachusetts. Gerrymander is still the term we use 200 years later for the congressional districts creatively drawn for political advantage. In 1812, a political cartoon showing the oddly shaped district was a menacing salamander with wings circulated in Federalist papers, and the first American meme was born. Some gerrymandering tactics. Note:
did Jerry had he become meme?
He became meme. Oh, dude, just throw a chainsaw on this fucking vulture bird thing, and he become legend meme. Some gerrymandering tactics. Note: feel free to infer black people in place of type of voter because that is how it is. Cracking, aka bleaching, spreading out votes of a particular type so they cannot achieve a majority vote block anywhere. Packing, concentrating voters of a particular type so that their influence is limited to a single district. Hijacking, consolidating 2 districts into one, forcing 2 incumbents to run against each other, ensuing one will be eliminated. Or kidnapping, redrawing the map to move an incumbent's rep's personal home into someone else's district. I want to know that Petty Bitch came up with that. I want to know what Petty Bitch came up with that. Like, these are all really, really shady tactics.
Oh, just awful. I would say anti-democratic.
This is the work. This is definitely an Elon Musk-esque plan. right? Like
Mm.
somebody got really wasted and thought they were so smart. They thought that they were going to draw this vulture salamander dragon thing, and like they had a clear cut like plan and nobody could argue with it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, don't worry. It's a vulture. It's a salamander. Don't worry about it.
I mean, unless salamander meant something differently back then, I'm just not getting salamander vibes.
I think it was meant in place of like dragon kind of creature. I've seen that happen.
That's stupid.
It is. It is. It is a not great. And like, look what the remnants he left. Like, okay, you know what? I'm going to say it creatively. This is terrible. I tell you, I think this guy came up with this plan and he thought it was surefire. Like it was. There was no way.
I doubt he's the one that was like, it looks like a salamander. I think he looked around and was like, there's a lot of whites.
I think, yeah, you're probably right. He was like, how do we put this all together? Someone was like,
I don't think his plan was like, and I'm going to make it in the form of a terrifying salamander.
I'm going to draw the salamander.
Yeah.
This is one district.
Salamander came later.
Okay. Another district could be his fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, I got a text from the writer here. Let's see. It says here the gerrymander worked. The state flipped parties, but that district remained his party for like decades. So it worked, that plan. So listen, who's dumb, right? We're making fun of a guy, but the plan worked. The dude was like, we're gonna gerrymander this shit, and it's gonna be a dragon. And everybody's like, approved.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, dragons are pretty dope.
Well, we got it right though. I'm happy because we banked on the terrible nature of humanity and we got it correct. Go us. Yay. Yay. All right, here we go. Fact number 4. The state of Idaho got its name from a Native American word meaning gem of the mountains.
I don't know.
I'm going to say no. Idaho's terrible.
I think it's a Native American word for Minutemen.
I think it's a Native American word for don't move here.
I think it's for future clan rally.
Yeah, it's Native American for like, ew, gross.
Oh, we gotta move. These guys are fucking crazy.
I can't believe Native Americans made a word for it, but if the boot fits, right? Like,
if the potato fucking shreds.
All right, well then for fact number 4, we're gonna go false. Sound good? All right, we're gonna go false on fact number 4 that the state of Idaho got its name from a Native American word, which is the meaning of gem of the mountains. 3, 2, 1, bam! It is false. So it says here from Wikipedia, OregonLive.com. Now that is funny. I really hope they shit on Idaho from OregonLive.com.
My fellow Oregoner, we know what's up. Like
the Portlanders out there are just like, look,
if there's one thing Washington and Oregon agree on is Idaho sucks,
dude. They're doing that. They're doing that Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers high five on Oregon. Yeah. Idaho's terrible. Like, yeah. So it says here in the 1870s, a guy named George M. Willing Jr. started an infamous scheme in Arizona called Peralta Land Grants. Came out of my home state. So here we go. Per the Hidalgo Treaty, god damn, okay. The
horse?
Yeah, I guess so. Viggo Mortensen had ground level on a Hidalgo.
Man, he got busy after that race in the desert, huh?
He went straight from South Dakota to the Arizona. The Hidalgo Treaty, the U.S. government had to recognize land purchases that had been made when the land was Spanish owned. So if you bought land from a Spaniard before it became a territory, you were still supposed to own that land so long as you had a deed. Well, it just so happened that physician turned gold prospector turned patent medicine peddler George M. Willing Jr. had a greasy piece of camp paper signed by several witnesses and proved he totally claimed a total claim nearly to 12 million acres of land in Arizona and New Mexico.
Okay.
The unnotarized document indicated that he had bought it from a Senor Miguel Peralta for $20,000 in gold dust, mining equipment, and saddled mules. All he had to do was get the government to record the deed in his name, except he was a little low on cash at the moment. So he gave a local stable owner the unbelievably lucky opportunity to buy into 50% of his amazing land claim for the bargain price of $250.
Wow.
Which would coincidentally cover all of his current debts. The real benefit, though, was that they could then sell or rent the land back to the settlers who were already there at a profit and make bank. The savvy stable owner said, quote, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" End quote. And warned him that if the people caught wind of his plans, they would lynch him for sure. Willing skipped town the next day, but was undeterred. He was undeterred. And in the long run, years later, he would partner with the St. Louis real estate agent James Reeves on the same con, who would later embellish the history of the deal, creating a soap opera-like story involving Spanish royalty, the president of Mexico, government missions, and knights of the secret society called the Order of the Golden Fleece. This dude wrote.
This goes hard. Like, fuck salamanders. This guy rocks.
This dude straight up wrote like fucking National Treasure.
Yeah.
In order to get this done. Like,
he's actually a credited writer on that movie.
Seriously. He's like, go read he made like Lord of the Rings, like, on Idaho edition. It says here, after gathering the necessary forgeries, it was time for Willing to try and get the 12 million acre dig recorded at the county. And this is from Wikipedia, end quote. Willing filed his deed in the Yavapai County Courthouse upon his arrival in Prescott and was found dead the next morning.
Oh, right.
No official investigation as to the cause of Willing's death was ever performed. Suggested causes include poison, quote, exposure and privation, end quote, or simply strange and unwitnessed circumstances. I love how, and this is the end of that quote, I love how we just attribute shit to like, nobody saw it.
But yeah, it's a real tree fell in the woods scenario,
Yeah.
Like is it murder if no one's around?
The dude's like impaled. On a spike. And he's like, he could have just fallen on that spike.
Right. Someone could have just written this note that says I did it.
Yeah. Somebody.
How do we know this wasn't suicide?
Yeah, guys, come on. Like, how do we know? The man was crucified. He could have done it to himself. Like,
he was clearly a magician.
Yeah. If you go back and you read the story on the secret society of Knights of the Golden Fleece,
right,
you'll see that the magicians are there.
As everybody knows, the Knights of the Golden Fleece were once men, but now they roam the countryside as mere beasts.
Crucifying
black-hooded on horseback.
He must have tilted them. He must have slighted them slightly. Says here, what does any of this have to do with Idaho? Back when Willing was prospecting in the West, he had pushed Congress for the same Idaho for what became the Colorado Territory. He pushed for it again 2 years later for another territory, and this time it was accepted. Just like everything else about George Willing Jr., quote, Idaho, end quote, was a scam, a word he made up. There's no word in Native American languages that sound like Idaho or means gem of the mountains. Why did Congress keep it after learning the true origin? And this is from Google. Why Idaho was used? The name Idaho became popular because it sounded like an Indian name and people liked the way it sounded. Racism. Weird.
Also, I don't think that's true. It's because it sounds like Idaho.
Yeah. Like, Idaho, I'm the ho.
Idaho, Idaho.
Let's make potatoes.
Also racism.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, dude. People like when something sounds like that's why they call it like marijuana, right?
Yeah.
It's not a real word. They made it up because it sounds scary.
Right.
But usually that's a fear-based thing, right? Like I would, but we held on to it, so I don't know. So like Idaho, oh, it sounds Indian.
No, that sounds pretty good.
It sounds exotic. I could
Yeah.
sell it as untamed land.
Yeah. No, I mean it was like growing up, you always hear like, Seattle is named after a great Native American chief. And then you read his name and it's like Sealth. Like it's like a completely different spelling. You're like, oh, like we just completely butchered it.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's on purpose. We didn't care. We just liked
Yeah,
the idea.
it was like,
that
it's after that guy. I think it's Seattle or something.
Yeah, Seattle, Chief Seattle or whatever. We're fine.
Fuck it.
All right, we got that one right. We did it. Man, I feel good about that. That was a tricky one, and I feel good that we banked on stupid.
Yeah, it's like I was like, there's no way a state got named after anything that's actually American.
Right. All right, here we go. Fact number 5. There is only one state in the U.S. named after a historical figure in America.
Washington?
Washington? And Washington, D.C. Oh, you idiots.
That's not a state.
It is.
Dum-dum.
Are you sure?
Washington, D.C.? Yeah. Yes, I'm sure.
That's the 50th state, you moron. Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that.
We know for a fact Washington. But see, the thing is, though, it's named after a historical figure. You can name it Washington and not be after them. I mean, coincidentally, the flag has Washington. So it's
George Washington's on our flag, so I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably unlikely that he's not.
But also I think Louisiana is named after King Louis.
Is that why King Louis is on the flag?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go false then. I feel like there's
more than I think there's more than one.
Okay, then for fact number 5, we're going to go false that there is only one state in the U.S. named after a historical figure in America. 3, 2, 1, bam. Oh, it is false because Washington, D.C. is a state. You fucking moron.
Suck all the dicks.
Why would I make this up, Joe? You ridiculous. Paranoid.
DC's been coming for us for fucking years. I've been saying it. They've been taking our fucking name. And this is it. This is how it starts. This is how they start. First, like, oh, we're the real Washington. And like, no, we're a fucking state. Like, I don't know why we always have to clarify state. Whenever you're like, oh, Washington, like, DC? No, state, motherfucker, because we're better than you.
Yeah, well, it's happening, bro. The malicious takeover of the name.
Fucking god damn it. If they fucking put George Washington on that fucking flag, I'm going to lose my shit.
Okay, so real answer. So it's true, actually. So, no, it's only the single state. So
really? What? Okay.
Washington, the state named after the redheaded weirdo George. The aforementioned Colorado Territory was at one point slated to become the Jefferson Territory after Old Tommy Boy. But during the acquisition process, party control switched from the Democrats to the Republicans, who got their panties in a twist about the new land being named after the founder of the Democratic Party and insisted on changing it. So without any research, facts don't care about your feelings, Republicans push for the name Idaho, a cool-sounding Native American word that meant gem of the mountains.
Cool.
And the rest is history. Cool. We do have a bonus, though.
Though, I mean, it makes sense for Idaho that they're about to be named after a slave owner, so.
No, I wish they would. Then we could just point.
We're just going to...
It's easier for
I'm going to skip over that Washington also had slave owners. That was little known fact. His name was actually George Washington, D.C., and so that's why we removed it, because we're better than that.
Yeah, you're better than that. Yeah, you trimmed the fat is what you did.
Yeah.
Off the name. Okay, I get it. That's respectable. Yeah. That's respectable.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Bonus. Oh, the bonus is happy birthday, Joe. May your birthday be fast and furious. And by that, I mean plenty of nitrous. and then she has a
I
gift.
I got so many cans of fucking whipped cream,
Dude,
for doing whippets.
dude, yeah. She put a gif of Paul Walker saying, "I need nuts."
Yeah.
That's Joe right now. I need nuts.
I need nuts.
I'm proud of you, Joe. You got a 4 out of 5 this week. Thank you for carrying
It was all me.
Thank you for carrying the weight of the podcast, bro.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
As everyone knows, I'm the history guy. So.
You are the history guy.
There it is. That was this week's Allegedly podcast. Go ahead, follow us on Blue Sky and TikTok at Allegedly. Smash all the buttons. If you see a button, fucking smash it. I want you to fucking break your fucking screen. Smash that shit. Hit it with an axe.
Yeah. Silver axe. That's how you know.
That's right. And feel free to send all Daddy Link art to allegedly.podcast@gmail.com, and we'll rank them, and we'll do a mailbag episode of Nothing But Daddy Link.
Mailbag.
And of course, you can find the audio version of this wherever you get your podcast. And until next time. It's my body, I can do it if I want to. If I want to.
You're from the office of the president. Happy birthday.
How would I know? I'm only vice president.
The president gives me presidential power. Wish you a happy birthday.
Fucking yeah! I spent all that money on chainsaws.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this to the way of the courier mouse.
Get over here, Charles.
I declare all these mice free.
I pardon all you mices.
Yeah,
my fellow mousesons.
I call it the Emancipation Proclamation.
I'm not worried about this impeachment. I got the great mouse detective on the case.
Yeah, see, I'm great too. Lincoln didn't do anything I can't do.
Look at me. I freed all the mice.
Oh, shit. That was funny. All right, I'm gonna... Bye.